Hello, good evening everyone. This is Dr. Hitesh, founder and director of Anodyne Spine Clinic, and you're most welcome here today. Pain ko bolo bye bye show by Anodyne Spine Clinic. And today we have Brigadier Raminder Singh Sethi with us, and he has been retired from Indian Army 2 years back, and he's a very actively sports person and primarily into high altitude tracking and playing golf. Welcome to our show, Mr. Sethi.
Thank you, Dr. Hitesh, and very happy to be on your show, Pain Ko Bolo, Bye.
So, सेठी साहब, प्लीज आप बताएं, आपको कितने टाइम से आप गोल्फ प्ले कर रहे हैं?
डॉक्टर हितेश, मैं गोल्फ लगभग एक डिकेड यानी 10 साल से खेल रहा हूँ। जब मैं आर्मी में था तो कभी कभी खेलते थे, तो रिटायरमेंट के बाद समय ज्यादा मिला है तो थोड़ा खेलना ज्यादा कर दिया है।
So, Brigadier Sethi, please tell our viewers how long you have been playing golf.
Well, Dr. Hitesh, I have been indulging in golf for about a decade now. That's almost 10 years. While I was in service with the Indian Army, golf was much less and was played once a while as a recreation. But now that I have retired, I have much more time and intention of spending more time on the golf course and getting better at the game.
Tell me, Brigadier Sethi, that how your body demands playing golf.
Yes, doctor, that's a very interesting question because while a lot of people perceive golf to be a very lazy and a very boring sport, it actually is 180 degrees apart. It's totally different. Golf demands a tremendous amount of mind-body coordination. It demands a certain degree of calmness and strategic thought while you're playing your game on the golf course. And as far as the physical part is concerned, I think being flexible and being strong are two attributes which help you play better golf. At the same time, I would say you need a strong back and you need a strong and flexible knees for golf.
So, Brigadier Sethi, tell me, you were in Indian Army, so it was very demanding and injuries तो बड़ी होती रहती होंगी उस टाइम पे आपको?
हाँ जी डॉक्टर हितेश, इंजरीज होती रहती थी, पर मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि उस समय इंजरी से रिकवरी बहुत फास्ट होती थी एंड इंजरीज वर लार्जली रिजल्ट ऑफ अ डायरेक्ट एक्शन। मतलब कहीं इम्पैक्ट हो गया, कहीं टक्कर लग गई, कहीं खेलते खेलते चोट लग गई, तो उसमें इंजरीज होती थी। But what I have found is that around the age of 54, 55, I had a few injuries without any direct impact. And that was really a matter of concern for me because I was used to quick recovery from injuries. But now the injuries were happening and recovery wasn't just happening. And later on, when I got myself checked up from an orthopedist who is also a sportsman himself, he's a very fine marathon runner, and also from another orthopedist who is a sports medicine doctor and also the advisor to the Indian Olympic team. I realized that from the age of 54, 55, you have to get your blood work done and check that your vitamins and minerals are all right in your body. As also from that age, I would say from the age of 50 onwards, stretching and strengthening should become an inherent part of your physical routine. Just continuing on what strength you had in your younger days or in your 30s and 40s may not be enough. From 50 onwards, you have to work on making your body flexible and strong.
So, Brigadier Sethi, I totally agree with you.
All right.
Being my 20 years of experience as a physiotherapist, I have noticed that younger persons में injuries बहुत rarely होती हैं, and अगर होती हैं तो recoveries are much faster.
Yes.
But at the age of 50, 55, injuries are very often and the recoveries take so much of time.
Yes.
So, Brigadier Sethi, tell me, आपको सबसे most severe injury कौन सी हुई आपकी life में?
So, Dr. Hitesh, जो मेरी सबसे severe और serious और अगर मैं कहूँ painful injury थी, then I got a grade 3 meniscus tear in my right knee. और उसका कारण जो बाद में पता लगा मुझे, जो immediate कारण था वो ये था कि जैसे आपको पता है मैंने 2021 में एवरेस्ट बेस कैंप का ट्रैक किया था।
Yes, yes.
तो अभी हम प्लान कर रहे थे अन्नपूर्णा बेस कैंप, अन्नपूर्णा सर्किट करने के लिए। और क्योंकि रिटायर होके हम दिल्ली आ गए, यहाँ पहाड़ वगैरह नहीं है, तो मैं सीढ़ियां चढ़ के प्रैक्टिस करता था। और मेरी बेटी का फ्लैट 12वीं मंजिल पर है, तो मैं अपने रनिंग शूज पहन के 12वीं मंजिल तक जॉग करता हुआ जाता था। तो अपने टाइमिंग करता था, मैं 2 मिनट से कम करूं, 1.5 मिनट से कम करूं। बीच बीच में थोड़ा जोश आ गया और सूट बूट पहन के और लेदर शूज में ही हमने 2-3 बार अप डाउन कर लिया। तो मुझे लगा शायद वहां थोड़ा कुछ हुआ था,
Okay.
और हुआ होगा। बट जो मेजर कारण जो डॉक्टर ने बताया कि जब उन्होंने मेरा ब्लड टेस्ट किया कि आई हैड अ सीवियर डेफिशिएंसी ऑफ विटामिन B12 एंड D3। तो उन्होंने बोला सर जो आपका लेवल्स मैंने देखा है, इससे तो आप नॉर्मल बैडमिंटन खेलते खेलते भी शायद अपना मेनिस्कस टियर आपको हो जाए। और दूसरा, अभी मुझे आई कैन टॉक इन रेट्रोस्पेक्ट with hindsight that I was still doing all these things on the basis of my strength of the 30s and 40s। जबकि मुझे अभी ये ज्ञान आया है आप लोगों के थ्रू और ऑर्थोपेडिक्स के थ्रू के 50 के बाद आपको अपने मसल्स को स्ट्रेंथन करने के लिए, बॉडी को फ्लेक्सिबल करने के लिए एक रेजिमेंट करना चाहिए, एक एक्सरसाइज की रूटीन करनी चाहिए, जो हमने नहीं करी। So probably it was a mix of these factors, the deficiency of certain vitamins, the lack of a routine strengthening of your muscles, which probably, and of course the act of trying to run 12 stories up in leather boots with an inch of heel, which was, I think, not a very wise thing to do. So उस कारण से जो ये meniscus tear हुआ था, ये इतना पेनफुल था कि मैं रात को करवट बदलते हुए, बिस्तर पर लेटे हुए, जब करवट भी बदलता था तो चीख निकलती थी। एंड चलना बड़ा मुश्किल हो गया था। इस राइट नी लेग को ना हम मोड़ पाते थे, ना सीधा कर पाते थे। जहां अटकी हुई थी बस वहीं अटकी हुई थी और उसको ड्रैग करना पड़ता। इट वाज रियली वेरी पेनफुल।
So Brigadier Sethi, I'm sure you must have been advised for surgery. So why did not you have chose this option?
Yes, I had been advised surgery by 2 very good orthopedic surgeons, and they explained very beautifully as to what was wrong with my knee. He had done MRIs, he had done X-rays. There were some things which were very intact and good, but the meniscus tear which was there, they needed to intervene surgically and get it done. I considered their advice very seriously, but I was not at that point in time able to devote, I think, about 6 weeks' time to bed rest because of my own compulsions in life domestically. I wouldn't have been able to spare 6 weeks at that point in time. And that is the only reason that I did not go for surgery. At the same time, there was another factor playing in my mind. I felt I was too young and I felt it was too early to have a surgical intervention in my knee. And I was trying to explore options that are there other options, including physiotherapy, which can help me get better before I do the surgical intervention. So I had kept surgery as the last option. And before that, I wanted to check out if there was something else available. But yes, we were time critical because the pain was bad. I was having a tough time and I needed a solution immediately. So while I was looking for a solution, I was not sure what it is. If you remember, we had a talk about my daughter who was a patient of yours. She had a problem on her elbow, a tennis elbow kind of a situation. And there was something which I wanted to discuss with you, and I invited you over to my place for a cup of coffee. And very gracious of Dr. Hitesh that he dropped in from his busy schedule. He took out time and came to my house. And that was a day when I was in real terrible pain. But I was the host. He had come to my house, and I limped across to the drawing room. I offered to make him a cup of coffee. He said, no, don't. I said, no, I have to. I promised you a coffee. And when he saw my halat, that I was literally dragging my right leg and I was in physical pain, he said, "Sir, why don't you come to me for a session?" He also said that I knew him as a physiotherapist, but I did not know he's a well-renowned chiropractor also, and he had done specialist courses about the knee in some very reputed institute in Sweden. And we had a talk about this, and he said, "So the first session is on knee. Please come." And I said, "All right, no harm. Let's try this option." And that is how I came to Anodyne Spine, and we progressed the whole case.
Yes, Brigadier Sethi, I remember. I was very reluctant to come here, and I forced you to come at least once and have one session by my side.
Yes.
So, Brigadier Sethi, tell me, how was this rehab journey so far?
All right. So the rehab journey has been very interesting. I remember very vividly when we sat down and talked. And the first thing you said, "Sir, this session, let's go through it and you tell me how you feel." And in the first session and in the first few sessions, you carried out some knee alignment. And in the first session, I felt it. There was something which was impinging inside my knee. There was something which was stuck. And even a slight movement would call it, and even a small movement would cause a lot of pain. You did something to my knee. You shifted it, you aligned it. And at the end of the session, the alignment session, I felt as if a space has been created where this thing was stuck. And after that, we did some machine work, which I thought that was current, but whatever it was, it worked very well. And I will not say the pain subsided, but I felt a certain kind of relief on my knee. And I felt good about it. And I said, "All right, let's take it forward." And when in the second and third session, we continued with the alignment, that's the time we set goals. I said, "All right, Dr. Hitesh, I'm sold on what you do. We are going to go through the entire physiotherapy, but I have a few targets." And one thing which I told him that time was that I'm a high altitude trekker. In 2021, I have done Everest Base Camp. Within a year, I either want to repeat it or I want to do the Annapurna circuit in Nepal. So you have to make me fit for that. That is the aim plus. I need to get back to trekking. That is the immediate aim. And somewhere in between, I need to get back to golf. So the aims were make my knee so good that I can get back to small treks, then I can get back to golf, and then I can get back to do high altitude trekking. And I told him that whatever you make happen to me, I will send you photographs and videos from there. अच्छा है तब भी भेजूंगा, बुरा हुआ तब भी भेजूंगा. So this was the alignment part. Along with the alignment, after the first few sessions, I would say about 5-6 sessions, we also mixed in strengthening in the rehab part, which meant strengthening of the quadriceps, strengthening of the adductors, strengthening of the hamstring and the calves. So a series of exercises. Gradually we increased the variety and the intensity, but there was a series of exercises which was done to strengthen the muscle groups around my knee so that they could take on the weight. And after the first 10 sessions, I went to Kufri, did a small trek, climbed up to a temple which had about 400 steps. A step he had said not to do, but I showed him a photograph from there. There were small steps, 4 inches, 6 inches. He said, "You can try that." So I climbed up those steps, climbed down those steps, and we felt good. Climbing up was easy. Climbing down, I had to be careful. After about 12, 13 sessions, I went to practice golf, slowly but steadily, with input from my golf coach about a few changes in my posture for golf. I got back to golf. And I think after the 16th session, then I took a trip to Tirthan Valley in Himachal Pradesh, where I did two things. One was a much longer trek with a higher degree of difficulty. as it involved wet stones and some waterfall areas. And the second was walking on rocks on a riverbed. Now, walking on rocks on a riverbed is really tough on your knees. But I did that with caution, adequate caution, slowly but surely. And I found that I was successful. So this has been my journey. It started with alignment, moved on to strengthening, and at certain stages, that is the first 10 sessions, it took about 2 months. Then the next 4 sessions, which took about 3 weeks. And the next 4 sessions, which took about another 3 weeks. So after the first 10, I went for Kufri treks. After 14, I went for golf. And after 16, I went for the Teton Valley treks. And so that has been my journey. I continue to do the physiotherapy exercises to make sure that my muscle groups don't weaken up. But now I am largely pain-free.
Great. So it was amazing to understand your rehab journey.
Yes.
Although I was there all the time with you. So Brigadier Sethi, tell me, are you in your full capacity with your, like, throughout your, all the course and all your, like, playing golf and everything in your day-to-day life?
So as far as trekking is concerned, I would say I'm back to about 80% of my capacity, because I still have to be careful about putting too much of weight on the right knee while climbing up a bigger step about 1.5 to 2 feet height, or while coming down. So I have to be careful on the right knee, not to jerk it. As far as golf is concerned, I would say I'm 95% back to full capacity. And that includes playing a round of 18, playing a full round of 18. So yes, trekking back to about 80% of capacity, and golf back to about 90-95% of my capacity.
So Brigadier Sethi, I'm amazed to hear about your stories, and thank you so much for being here in our show Pain Ko Bolo Bhai. And as I understand that you have a lot of stories with you, so we would like to have one more session with you on this, specifically focused on the golf for our golf lovers. So thank you so much, Brigadier Sethi.
Thank you, Dr. Hitesh. Very happy to be on your show, because this happiness really comes from the bottom of my heart. This is not a show for me. This is a Thanksgiving for you and for your wonderful team of doctors and staff at Anodyne. I'm not a commercial guy. This is not a commercial thing. It is actually, you have treated a limping fellow in pain so well that he's gone back to his favorite sports of trekking and golf. And all thanks to your dedicated team of doctors and the way they inspire you, the way they motivate you to do your exercises and be regular in your coming to the clinic for your sessions. So a heartfelt thank you to Dr. Hitesh and to your team. God bless you. God bless you with the capacity to make this world more pain-free.
Thank you.
As we have been discussing that today's life in the cities, the mobiles, the other things, the sitting too much is actually creating so many posture problems, skeletal and muscular problems for young people and old people. So you're doing a great job, and I wish you the best in your endeavors to treat people and make them pain-free. And so thank you very much.
So Brigadier Sethi, what you said, this is also our mission to make pain-free. As you said, people are in extreme pain because of their lifestyle. So we are helping people and we are trying to make them pain-free. So thank you so much once again.
Thank you, and I wish you the best.
Thank you.